The Premier League's rampant growth in TV income is likely to hit the buffers this week as the UK rights for 2019 to 2022 are auctioned. Sources say the chances of any tech giants, such as Amazon, Facebook, Apple or Netflix, entering the market to challenge the two incumbents, Sky and BT Sport, are receding. If the current two-station domination continues with no major financial rivals pressing them, a small increase is expected, at best, on the £5.14 billion the pair paid between them for 2016-19, or £1.7 billion a year. It is even possible the income will be flat, or dip slightly, despite more games being sold this time. 200 will be shown per season from 2019, up from 168 per season now. Flat domestic TV revenues would be by no means a disaster, because income from overseas TV deals for 2019 to 2022 have already risen in key markets and will definitely be up on the £3.2 billion for 2016-19. But with most clubs committed to multiple player contracts that stretch years ahead, including some cases beyond 2022, there will be nerves about guaranteeing decent future TV revenues. Mesut Ozil's new contract, reportedly worth £350,000 per week, is a club record for Arsenal and runs to 2021, while major stars at Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk, Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne, and Chelsea, Ross Barkley, have signed deals to 2023 in recent weeks, each worth up to or over £200,000 per week. But it is the smaller Premier League clubs who may be most nervous. TV cash accounts for only between a third and a quarter of income for the biggest clubs. But for the majority, it represents in excess of 70%. We explain how the auction works, what the possible outcomes will be, and how. In a rapidly changing broadcasting landscape, we cannot rule out a huge surge in Premier League broadcasting income in a few years. What's up for grabs, and when? What's the situation now? A. The Premier League are selling Live UK rights for the 3 seasons from 2019 to 2022. Sky and BT Sport currently hold rights for the 2016-19 period. Sky show 126 games each season, and paid £4.176 billion for the 3 years. BT show 42 games, and paid £960 million. It is understood bids for 2019 to 2022 need to be submitted by Thursday and the winners could be announced within hours, or if rounds of bidding are required, within a few days. How will the 200 games be divided up each season? A. There are 7 separate packages up for sale. 5 contain 32 games per season, and the other 2 contain 20 games. Under the current deal there were 5 packages of 28 and 2 of 14. The packages are labeled A, B, C, D, E, F and G. The most coveted package is D, which not only contains 32 games in the prime slot of late Sunday afternoon but also rights to pick the best games in any given week's fixture list to show in that slot. Packages A and B each contain 32 games respectively on Saturday lunchtime and late afternoon. Package C has 32 games on Sunday afternoons and Saturday nights. Package E is 32 games, mostly Monday nights, while packages F and G are 20 games each from bank holidays or midweek games. So who is going to bid? A. Sky and BT Sport can be considered certainties, but there is not likely to be another serious player to challenge them. Even the head of BT, Gavin Patterson, has suggested his company is not going to bid extravagantly, saying, "I don't want in any way to diminish the importance of the Premier League of course, and the Premier League's importance to us. But it is one of a broad set of rights. We will be competitive but ultimately won't go beyond the price it is worth to us." Aren't tech bidders ready to pay big money to get games? A. Highly unlikely. Yet, Netflix have confirmed they are not in the market. Apple have no track record as sports broadcasters and made no noises of going there yet. Facebook have declined to comment, and while they made a reported $600 million bid for IPL cricket rights, they were hugely outbid and single-market UK rights for the Premier League would be a big change in direction for them. Amazon are most likely to bid but they, too, have declined to comment. They have only recently dipped into the sports rights market via, relatively very cheap, tennis rights. Buying, marketing and making a profit from vastly more expensive rights is a challenge of different dimension. Q. Could anyone else at all enter the race to get matches? A. There is nothing to stop the BBC, ITV, Channel 4 or indeed any other station from bidding. But the pay TV giants of Sky and BT Sport usually outbid them. Q. How can we be sure that Sky and BT will bid billions? A. First, because they face competition from each other, which keeps them on their toes. Even having just one significant rival will keep them competitive to a certain level. Second, because Premier League live rights remain core to what they do as businesses. Sky can repeat until the cows come home how they are not reliant on the Premier League but actions speak louder than words. And they have consistently paid what is necessary to make absolutely sure they keep a majority of live PL games. BT Sport founded a channel based around the proposition they would show live PL games. And a 10-year business plan based on that premise is barely halfway through, so we can safely assume they will want at least 2 packages of the 7. Q. So what will happen? A. Sky and BT Sport will pay similar sums for similar shares of the rights, keeping the Premier League happy with stable income and them and their customers happy with the content. A large hike in fees is just not necessary with these 2 bidders alone, even with more games. Q. So is this the end of the huge increases? A. Not necessarily. The marketplace is changing so fast and from 2022 onwards. A visionary company may take a gamble on buying the Premier League's entire global rights, sell them directly to fans and cut out the middlemen of the traditional broadcaster. Q. How would that work? And why would it be so profitable? A. Data seen by this newspaper suggests there are about 200 million people in the world who pay for access to Premier League games. About 10 meters in the UK subscribe to the Sky or BT Sport channels. And there are low millions of individuals in Hong Kong and Singapore who do the same. Millions more in Scandinavia, France, Germany, Italy, the US and Thailand, and on and on. They each pay perhaps £20, £60 per month for the pleasure. Q. So you're saying a one-stop global provider of PL games could take all that income? A. Not all, of course. But even a small bit of it would be huge. Imagine this scenario for example, the 200 million people who already pay £20, £60 per month, or £240, £600 per year, could subscribe to a channel, let's call it Sportflix, where they pay £5 per month to access all 380 games per season. So that's £60 a year each, for 200 million people, which is £12 billion income for Sportflix per year. Imagine Sportflix pay the Premier League £6 billion per year for the rights, or £18 billion for 3 years. That's about 3 times what the Premier League currently earn, from all rights, domestic and foreign combined. Now imagine Sportflix charges £10 per month to their 200 meters Premier League customers. Their income is now £24 billion per year. Now imagine the Premier League set up Sportflix themselves. It would be a massive logistical task.